Today is the day that we move the llamas out of the Nether Hub. They've been here for too long. And oh, look at my neck there. Ow. Oi. That looks really painful. Jeez. My neck's getting turned around. We're doing some sort of exorcist thing right here. That looks really painful, doesn't it? As I said though, we're going to move the llamas out of here. That is the plan. That is the plan, but first of all, I have got something to show you. There have been some seriously cheaty shenanigans going on in this Nether Hub. Now around here, there's a beautiful looking path. I very much like this design. Very nice little view back into the Nether Hub. But as we head up here, things get a little bit fishy. I mean, Tango's brain is on the wall. Don't know what's going on with that. And then up here, there's dragon eggs, which have clearly been duplicated, and they've been breaking the bedrock. Tango and Impulse have been at it again, doing some cheaty stuff. I'm messing around. We do this ourselves. Oh, I'm in a cheerful mood right now. Is that okay? Is that okay if I'm in a cheerful mood? I have something to show you. Before we start working with the llamas, I actually have a really interesting clip to play for you.
This is Joe Hills with the BBC, the British Broadcasting Company. We are live outside of Python's shop where a small mob has formed. They're not quite a riot yet. You need 12 for that.
Dang it.
Oh, who's underground? Someone's trying to tunnel in.
Scar! He's trying to tunnel in. What is going on here?
Hello, Python.
Hello! Wow.
You gotta come inside, Python.
I know there's keen customers and everything, but this is on a different level, dude. Jeez.
Look, man, look, Python, I'm first in the queue for your shop.
No, come in.
Because the queue
Python.
starts outside a shop, doesn't it?
Otherwise,
you're just...
There's a chest there.
No, it starts underground.
I need access to my crafting table, first of all, dudes. Oh my lord.
There's your crafting table. Go ahead and use it.
What even is this? Oh,
okay.
Good. Alright. So, one shulker box, 5 diamonds, okay? Okay, I'm about to fill it up real quick.
Go.
There's a bunch more to come as well.
You're offering us grass.
Be quick.
Dad! Come on!
More to go. There you go, come on. I can't believe the sales, man. This is just craziness.
Oh my god. Why do I have freaking sugarcane in my inventory?
This is like the greatest start to an episode I've ever done, I think.
Are they still 5 for 2?
No.
5 for 2.
I'll do 2 for 8 if you really want. Go on, I'll do 2 for 8.
2 for 8. Okay.
2 for 8.
That.
2 for 8.
There's no space though, Python, in my inventory.
There's an ender chest on the other side right here. You can.
How much are we doing
that.
this thing for?
5 diamonds for 1 sugar box. A 2 for 8, buddy.
Where's the ender chest? Okay, got it.
I'll buy him just on principle.
2 for 8. 2 for 8.
And because I do good service, I'm gonna put an ender chest right up there for you as well.
No one has ever made that many diamonds so fast in the history of the server.
This is like the greatest thing since sliced
Again,
bread. I'm so glad.
This shop has made more diamonds.
This is gone.
Can I get a shulker box for
my
clearing up
diamond's
all
back
this
now.
obsidian, Python?
He doesn't
That
have
chest
any
is
more
incredible.
to sell.
Well,
They all
now
gone.
we need to go
Wow.
ahead and
Shop
explore
sold
the end
out
again, huh?
in 4
no.
seconds.
I want to see how much that all is. 1, 2, 3. You just made a lot of diamonds, my friend.
man.
3 and a bit stacks. Wow.
Oh my lord.
And they're all stuck inside.
Sorry
Why is
about
there
the
Everybody else
shop.
wants some more shulker boxes and I can head back to the end. I mean, it's not like I get super epic loot from the end cities or anything.
The thing is, though, Python, the thing that you haven't considered is that these bad boys will only increase in value. These are like, a good product they're like an antique. They're just gonna increase.
Yeah, man, you're not kidding. They're brilliant.
Now, are these dyeable, even though they're purple?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet.
Oh yeah, they're brilliant, dudes. Oh,
I'll have my war box, my landscaping box. This would be great.
Did you say war box?
Yes.
war box.
The war box.
Do I want to know?
Whoa.
I think Tango, I gave you.
Oh,
There's a hole
careful,
in the
false.
wall.
That's
In
straight
America,
around
we
there.
call it the war chest.
You thought what?
I think there's a purpo in your inventory
Yep,
from where
got it.
things have been broken.
Thanks,
Oh
Cub.
well. Okay. Well, I appreciate you guys as custom. Do come again and all that kind of stuff. And yeah.
We'll be here waiting.
Yeah. Let us know when
Just
the
gonna
next
set up a little
restocking
camp
is.
outside.
And one of your windows is outside. You need a silk touch to
Yeah.
pick it up.
Well, cheers, guys. I appreciate the diamonds.
This is so exciting. Oh my goodness me. Look at that. We have some gorgeous shulker boxes right here. These things are amazing, and it is so good to see them in front of you in survival. Not the same as playing with them in creative mode. This first one right here, as you can see, is how we used to arrange our old ender chests. So the ender chest is now empty, and you probably guessed what pretty much everyone is going to be doing who plays Minecraft is putting their shulker boxes into the ender chest. Now we have the contents of our old ender chest and tons of other stuff as well, which is just amazing. Actually, I think what I would like to do there is still store my ender chest directly in the ender chest, and of course you can break those down into obsidian, which I think was something I mentioned last episode. So we will always for sure now keep an ender chest on our inventory, because wherever we want to go somewhere and do a project, we've got everything at hand, which is so cool. Check this one out right here, a supply of ender pearls and backup food and armor, everything that we need. Oh, this is so very, very cool. We're going to chuck those in there. And all of these will go in there. However, I haven't configured them all just yet. This one is obviously the redstone box. Hey, that reminds me. We should rename these as well. That's nice and simple. Let's go over here and call it the redstone box. I like that. And I want to double check. Does it keep its contents? It does over there. There was something else that I wanted to experiment with as well. Let's pick you back up. Which was, does it keep its contents when you change, like, the die? So, let's throw that into there. Let's pick this shulker box up. So, the only thing it's got in is a little bit of bone meal. If we change the die now, like that, does it keep its contents? It looks like it does. That's good to know, because I might want to change the colours of these as we go along. That's superb. That really is awesome. And these other ones haven't been filled up yet. I put some stuff in here for gardening, which we'll hopefully make use of in this episode. And I guess we'll fill these up as time goes by, you know. They'll become more and more obvious what kind of things we need for them. The useful box, that's what we'll call that one. That's actually the last of all of my XP. I died recently. I can't remember how exactly, but I lost all of my XP, and you know what? A lot of my stuff needs repairing as well, like my picks, so we should probably take a trip to the Ender Farm, get things repaired, get those shulkers renamed, and then we can start today's project. I am useless. I'm wandering around looking for some anvils. They're right here. Of course they're right here. I just remembered that. Oh, I'm having a little bit of deja vu. I believe when we died, we came back to this place, and I struggled to find a nether portal. I was climbing around all over there. There's actually a sign here saying, to iron storage and nether hub. Excellent. We can go down here. Of course, when you're wearing your elytra, don't press spacebar. Otherwise, you'll drop down and something bad might happen. But if you look forward, you'll be just fine. There we go. Excellent. So our project will take up this little area of land right here, marked by this horrendous looking netherrack. And it's going to be quite a big project. We're taking up a large portion of the white area here, which is really getting filled up with things lately, which is fantastic to see. And CubFan has connected the path through the middle, which has been long overdue. We were going to have a tower here in the middle, but I believe those plans are not going to happen anymore. Maybe I could perhaps build a little building here in the center. But anyway, try not to get distracted. Let's get distracted by this thing instead. This building looks beautiful now that it's finished. I think we saw a glimpse of this in our last episode. It is the Hermitcraft Bank of Vaultiness, and I just went in here to check out what's going on, and I noticed something. There is an empty minecart here, which I believe was supposed to have a villager in. Perhaps another vanishing entity, or maybe they never actually got anything in there, but it kind of made me worried. Anyway, welcome to the Hermitcraft Bank of Vaultiness. Need to store your valuables in our highly secure vault? Then get your own personal e-card from the bank teller today. Your items will be stored securely in our vault and are always available to you with your key. You can always trust the Hermitcraft Bank of Vaultiness. I like the sound of this, so apparently we stand here, we press the button, we get a key. Oh, and it looks like a key as well. Let's throw away some ender pearls. I should have put them in a chest somewhere. And then I believe we go through here. That is a seriously cool door design. I like that. That's awesome. So then we put our e-card in here to unlock the security gate. Okay. Never going to see these items. What? Never going to see these items again. That's the name of... What's going on here? Okay. Does anything happen now? Oh, does that mean I can go through? I believe that means I can go through. Jeez. What's happening in here? Key return, shulker boxes must remain in the bank. I have no idea what's going on. Oh! Mine's stored in a shulker box, is it? Okay, there's already items. I think something has gone wrong. I've got an error to report. Press button to store your personal box in our shulker vault. I've got a feeling that perhaps that was already there. Let's close that. Okay, what happens now? Is my one ready to come in? No. And then do I get something over here? I think this thing might not be finished. I might have come over here a little bit early. I've lost my key. Good thing I didn't put any items in here. I'm sure Tango and Cubfan will be fixing this thing soon. Jeez, I don't know what happened there. Do you remember this old place? Yeah, it's been a while since we've been here, right? I am over here scavenging for some dirt and grass. Look at that, we can see the farm in action. And there's nothing over here. I've raided all of it. The only things that are really left are cobblestone and stone. And I have made plenty of trips over here to pick up things in the past. But now, our life is made so much easier by shulker boxes. Check it out. This is going to be a little gift for Iskal, by the way. Loads of diorite in that one right there. But that makes it so much easier. When we get a lot more of these, think about it. You can just take an inventory worth of these somewhere and then bring back a serious amount of resources, which is going to make clearing this all up a lot easier. Because one day I would like to get all of my resources in one place. You know I want to build a storage system. I've talked about that before. And the shulker boxes are definitely going to help with that. That's right, that's right. This thing works. This thing works, I just don't visit it enough. I actually AFK'd here the other day. And I made a mistake. I think I came through and then I went back in again and it would have meant that all the items would have despawned or something like that, because when I came through it caused a massive lag spike. But it made me realise that this is an easy way to get ourselves some wool. I'm always running low on this and our farm isn't very good on the server for getting large quantities of wool. So this thing is extremely useful. And once again, my inventory is full up. We're going to have to put it in the ender chest, which apparently I don't have around here. I should have really done a before and after shot here. So with the dirt that I managed to find, we have covered all of this area. Looking pretty good. I wanted it to be grass. I know it's a mesa, but this is the ranch in the middle of the mesa. And look at those gorgeous trees back there. They're going to make this thing look a lot prettier hanging out there in the background. So what I want to do next before we put any buildings down in this area is get a wall established for where our ranch starts and ends, and you can see where the netherrack here is. So somewhere around here we'll have a wall going across pretty much in a straight line. That should leave someone a decent amount of space to build something over here. I don't know what sort of project that would be, but I would probably be wise to torch this area up as well as my own, as mobs will be spawning and wandering over here. And you can see where Scar's beautiful terraforming hasn't quite been finished. I actually like how it's open like that. Maybe what you could do is throw in some stone and andesite and have it sort of follow the dirt down, and then it would look like an overhang, which would be extremely cool, but I would not be the person to build that, would I? So anyway, we're going to have a pretty much straight wall going across here, and then it's going to come up to this edge where it sort of drops off, and then we're going to have our wall go in a straight line and maybe curve over a little bit and go, actually, yeah, 2 straight lines for the walls wouldn't be particularly interesting, so we might expand into this space a little bit just to make it look cool. And that's just what we're going to focus on first of all. Get the walls in, and then we'll make some other decisions after. That is a big wall. That is quite a menacing wall. That's going to keep the llamas in, isn't it? Look at that thing. Crazy. But it's going to get a little bit crazier. I think this just might make it a little too sinister. So if you don't like this, you've got to let me know, and we might change it. I feel like I would like this if the top bit would stay the same as the bottom. You see how they've got the little bits in the middle poking out? The top one doesn't. And I feel like if it were like that at the top, it would look a lot better. That would need to be 1 block higher for this to match, which I've made that mistake a few times by the looks of it. But this is my idea generally. And then when we get further along to where they're level with one another, you can see that these would connect to the logs on either side. So what I've gone for here is something quite grey, and the only colour really comes from these little end rods right here with the purple colour. But that's my idea. Let's take a step back now. Yeah, it definitely looks a lot more menacing. It looks a lot... Do you know what? I'm going to tear it down straight away, actually. It makes this thing feel like a prison cell, to be fair. So we're actually going to do with that. Do away with that, if I could talk normally. These end rods, they also give me a little bit of an electric fence vibe. And especially with those particle effects popping off, which normally you see electric fences where animals are being kept. And yeah, that definitely looks better. The other one was just too much, I think, so we will stick with that. That's looking good. That really is. I like that a lot. Do you know what though? I've been thinking, once you put up walls, the space looks a lot smaller, and that kind of sounds logical, right? But when you look at the place and you've just got markers to kind of indicate how much space there is, it's not the same as when you then throw down the walls and all of a sudden it gets a little bit smaller. There was something that I needed to do next. Oh yes, right, so I've been thinking the llamas are not going to be able to get out of here, no way, unless they learn how to fly or climb or something like that. What we need to do is now adjust all of these sides to keep them contained, because at the moment they could easily walk out the front here. So I think what we need to focus on doing is digging all of this down further, so it's quite below this. That's going to be real tricky down here. Some bits like this will be a little bit easier. If we dig away all of this and then replace those bits there with some more blocks underneath, then the llamas aren't able to get out. So a little bit of building before we can start on the main building for the llamas, which I've got something in mind, but I haven't quite figured out what we're doing just yet. Some parts of this are going to be a lot easier to fix than others. Here I am trying to get over to my shulker boxes. Are they actually in reach? No, I can't click on them. If we just modify the bit where this block is, then everything should be fine, because at the moment what you can do is go over here, jump on that, and get to the other side. But otherwise, this is 1.5 blocks tall, so the llamas can't get over it. So when we modify that like so, it means they're safe. So in this corner, I believe what we want to do is just wrap it around like this. Let's select those stone brick stairs. And then the llamas can't get out. Excellent, that's going to work. So that makes my life a lot more easier. So there we go, the llamas won't be able to escape, and one of the other problems is where the glass went over like that, because you could step up onto that block, so with an extra block there, it just means that there's no way out. And you can see it's not symmetrical on the other side, which is something I could have done, but I kind of felt like it's alright to have things not symmetrical sometimes, right? So as you walk around the outside here, you see those extra blocks, and personally, I'm fine with that, and I think that's pretty good. So the area is all prepared, now it's time to work on the main building. These shulker boxes are obviously amazing, but when you actually get to use them in survival Minecraft, so many more great things become noticeable about them. Like this, we have just set down our building blocks, or building chests as you might call them, and we need to move them somewhere else now because I don't want to keep walking back and forth. Usually that's a really big pain with lots of chests. With shulker boxes, you get to move everything in one go, which is fantastic. So now we can set up shop over here, and that just makes moving these things around and building so much easier. And to think we've only got a handful of shulker boxes so far. Imagine an ender chest full of them. Like, doing projects in Minecraft just got so much easier thanks to these. I'm starting to ask myself, is this particularly a great idea? Since 1.11 came out and I was hopping onto the Hermitcraft server, I wanted to do two things. I wanted to get the llamas and the vindicators, and it turns out that probably the shulker boxes were the most interesting thing. We'll definitely get to that soon, but what I've had in mind... Oh, I've done that little bit there wrong, and I don't have my axe. Should have brought my axe when I'm working with wood. What I've had in my mind since I thought about doing this is pixel art. Now, normally I'm not a fan of pixel art, and I think every now and then it can look really good, but you've got to think about where you put it, for example, and I think we might have made a bit of a mistake with the Vindicator one. So if we pop down here, does that look hilarious? Kind of. Oh, that was... Let's do that again. I like it. Some music. So that doesn't look terribly humorous just yet, but I think it needs the ears on top of it, and maybe it's actually a little bit high up. Like, I might shift that down a couple of blocks, because I've been thinking about the Vindicator one over here. It really does stick out like a bit of a sore thumb, especially on this side. When you look at it from the other sides, you know, you kind of get the point. It's about Vindicators. But what we have built is a giant square grey cube in some respects. And I don't think that's actually the sort of thing we should be aiming to do here on Hermitcraft. Where we built the face down below in the basement, that certainly works. So what I want to do with the llama over here is just make it less intrusive, still let you know that it's a llama, and I want it to look kind of derpy and silly. And I feel like the llama's derpiness comes from its position of the eyes next to the nose, and because you're looking up at it, that doesn't quite jump out at you. There's that music again. That's much more like it. Now we got the ears. Now the face is lower down. You can see those derpy eyes. And yeah, it's clearly a little llama head popping out of the ground. I am wondering, though, if maybe it needs some llama friends along the back there, like a couple more heads popping out of the ground would really add to the effect. But unfortunately, I don't have the time to do that at the moment. And we don't really have too much time more at all. What was it I was actually going to do now? Oh yeah, we've got to start work on moving the llamas into this area. I want to at least have them in the ranch. And by the way, this is not a shop like the Vindicator one was. This is going to be a service. Anyone who wants llamas, I will breed them and bring them to them, which would actually be quite pleasant because they're so easy to move around. The thing is, at the moment, once again, I have had the unluckiest November, I feel like. I have hurt my neck somehow, and I don't know how, and it means that I am in crippling pain most of the day. However, as soon as I hit that record button, it all goes away for a moment, which is nice. But it means that I've had to rest a lot, and so I've been trying to do as much as I can on here and not been able to do as much as I would like, which is just how things go sometimes. Now, why? I know why. It's because there's extra ender pearls in there. Should only be one row of ender pearls. Now we can fit all our tools in there. Excellent. And these just make life so much easier, don't they? Can pick them up and off we go again. Terrific. Oh, I've also left this behind as well. I've got a feeling this might be extraordinarily easy compared to the Vindicators. Oh, look at that llama face. I love it. That's a lot more subtle. That's what we're looking for. And I think as we improve this area, a nice thing to do would be to put some bushes on this side as well. So it's more there when you're in the space to look at it, as opposed to the Vindicator, which kind of dominates the landscape. Oh dear. So I think this is going to be super duper easy. All we've got to do is build a portal over here. However, we need to build it off the ground so that the llamas don't go back through the portal. So this right here, 4 blocks across, is, actually we can use some cobble, is literally what we need to do. So there it is. I think the important thing to consider now is that this is towards the Dangland, and that's pretty much it. It's almost level with the other one. So when we go into the Nether, we'll need to kind of build another portal over towards that way a little bit. Okay, I'm going to take a little bit of a risk. 1 or 2 of these llamas might try and pop through here. Hopefully this thing synchronizes up. Fingers crossed. Come on now, world, load for me. Slightly terrifying when it does that. There we go. Excellent. It is synchronized with this one. That has made our job here so much easier. Aha, string. Absolutely perfect. That's just what I needed. Alright, chaps, it's time for you to show me what you're made of. We're gonna... Oh, we did this before, actually, didn't we? If we drag it through like that, we're gonna lose the lead in the Nether portal. Oh, so having... Oh, no, we got it back. Having 2 here might not be that great, though. Anyway, I'm just gonna drag them all through one by one. We could be about to witness a llama explosion. There's a lot of them all crammed in one space on the other side. I hope they're all going to be okay. Here we go. Bam! Llama explosion! Check that out. I think someone's already been in this area. Yeah, Python's on because they seem to have come in here and spread out. This one isn't lit up. He's dark for some reason. Oh, and now that one is as well. Lighting bugs, eh? In 1.11. They look really strange. Look, there's some more over here. When they stand at this height, or in this space, look, they're losing their colour. You can see it as they wander into this area. Bam, now that guy's going the other way and he gets his colour back. And that one goes dark. Let's make a caravan to prove the point. That's really strange, isn't it? That is really, really strange. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Llama Ranch. Check it out. Llama Rama, we could call it. Oh, this place is so cool. I tell you what, we've got to breed them up and get their numbers up a little bit. But they've spread out, and I tell you what, they look pretty cozy in this area. Now, I'm hoping I don't come back on here and found that one of them has managed to find their way out. You know, there's a sneaky little bit on the side that I've missed or something. But I am looking at this and thinking, it's a little bit barren. We'll probably have to build a custom tree in here or something like that. And if you've got any suggestions of things that you want to see in this area, then be sure to leave them down below. Do you know what? They really do need spreading out a little bit more, actually. Let's drag a few over into this space. And I'll tell you what, actually, I'll probably just leave them be. They'll spread out over time just fine. Bam. We can jump over that, by the way. That's a trick you can do with the elytra. If you sort of spam the spacebar, you can jump over fence posts and blocks that are 1.5 tall. And there you go. That is Llama Ranch. We are not done here. There's still more work to be done on it. But that is going to be it from me this episode. That's all I got time for, unfortunately. As always, thank you for watching. If you've enjoyed it, leave a like. As always, thanks for the support. And I'll see you in the next one. Ciao for now. Bye-bye.